Move over Minecraft. Move over Fork Knife. The kids today are all about that man in red, Mario Maker. Mario Maker 2's back. Everyone liked the first Mario Maker 2.
It's true.
The second one's even better. All of your friends are here. We've got Mario. We've got Mario's green brother, Luigi. The whole Mushroom Kingdom's back, and we've got Mushroom Fever. And today we're turning Mario Maker 2 into Mario Maker 1, the movie. Hello everyone, welcome back to Screen to Screen. I'm Andrew and this is Chris.
Why, hello there.
I just got a wacky idea, and I feel like I'm really putting the cart before the horse here, but I think it's a pretty fun idea. What if it is a movie with each scene directed by a different director?
Ooh.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
I mean, I'm into it.
Like, we have like one, cohesive script.
Yeah.
But and maybe like the bookends, the overall start of the story is by one director, but like the little levels are directed by like guest directors.
Yeah, kind of like Four Rooms.
Yeah, like Four Rooms. Yeah.
The other option is you go TV show, and you could do it kind of like
Ooh.
The episodes could be as long or as short as they need to be. They could tell any stories they want to tell.
You've got some gears in my brain moving here.
Oh, good.
Because now what you've made me think of is the show everyone used to love, The Simpsons. Now a shadow of what it once was. The only good part about The Simpsons these days are those couch gags.
It's true.
So, and I've always not always, but in recent years, I've why don't they just make that the show? Maybe that's what this is. The Mario Maker show is Mario shorts, like the couch gag, but in different animation styles, different directors. Maybe we have these episodes on the outside levels of them building the castle, and that's what kind of grounds the story for the season.
Yeah, have like a framework.
I feel like a lot of shows used to do this where, the main character has some sort of problem in the real world, and then they go into like the fantasy world for the episode and solve the problem, and when they come back to the real world, they're prepared. Or it could just be some episodes are about building the castle.
Yeah.
Because every episode's about Mario getting enough coins, right? Like that's kind of, or at least that's the driving force before like the plot starts.
As far as the Mario Maker storyline in the game?
In the game, and I assume the show, if we're keeping to that.
I can tell you that in Mario Maker, the game, the plot is, the castle's blown up.
Right.
And Mario has to take on jobs.
Right,
and
right.
those jobs either get him coins, and that's funding the building, or you're getting blocks, and that's like to build stuff with.
Right.
Like, it's just the flimsiest pretense. Which is not a problem.
Which is not a problem, especially for what we've set up, because, if we made this into a movie, it might be a little more difficult. As a show, it's really just a nice, loose framework we can work with. I kind of like this sort of like union workers sort of plot. I feel like I really want to like lean into that. I think it'd be pretty fun for like a kid's show to sort of indoctrinate children to be like, hey, unions are good.
You want to be fairly treated in your employment.
Yeah, and we could have like Toadette over the course of the season, like she learns a thing or two. I don't know. Like I think it's kind of a cool like where it's the sort of this like innocuous sort of like here's this cute little character, like she was blaming the unions, like what? Like it's like a little bit jarring the first time when you play through.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of fun because like, she's not like a bad person. It's just like maybe she's been a bit misinformed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I don't know. I don't want to get like incredibly political here because I feel like we're gonna alienate like half the audience. Really, what it is, they got to rebuild this castle. Like Princess Peach. I'm wondering if it would be better or worse if we lose the castle in a different way. Because in the game, it's like
a dog presses a button.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I don't dislike it. It's kind of cute and cheesy in a fun way. Yeah. But for a show, it might be too easy. Like it might be too much like. Of like a whoopsie doodle, I guess we have to do a show now. So I'm wondering if we should, maybe involve the Undo Dog, but maybe do something a little bigger, more interesting.
I mean, something that gives us a plot would be nice. Like,
yeah.
Undo Dog's just like, bark, bark, I like pressing buttons. And
yeah.
It's like, oh, you scoundrel, now we have to build a castle.
maybe the working conditions aren't good and someone screws up and it's not their fault, but it seems like it's their fault, and it does cause the castle to explode. And maybe if Toadette were a bit more fair to her employees, it wouldn't have happened. And maybe that's the lesson she has to learn over the series.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. It's just to tie it in, like, because I feel like a lot of times when you're making a thematic kind of storyline, you probably want the inciting incident to have something to do with it.
Yeah, you want it to be tied in.
So I feel like that's the inciting incident. Act 2, or I guess if we're even calling it that because it's a TV show, but the sort of Act 2 is Mario taking the job. And maybe Toadette is maybe it's going to be one of those things where Mario doesn't have much of a character arc because he's Mario and he doesn't usually have one. And Toadette is the one who has the character arc, but she's not the protagonist.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of a fun, like, it's been done, but it's kind of a more rare thing. It's kind of a fun way to go.
I feel like it's an acceptable thing to do for a situation where you have a character who's just supposed to be a blank slate.
Yeah.
Like, they're the protagonist just because that's what the story calls for. But you tell a different story. You have character arcs with the supporting cast.
Luigi, now he has a role in this where he kind of like, he kind of comes in and sort of saves the day all the time, I guess. And I think that should be worked into the story.
Oh, definitely.
Because if you haven't played Mario Maker, if you screw up like twice, he comes in like, hey, big bro. And he kind of like asks you if you want to cheat. Oh, how about this? As a sort of like B plot for the series is that, it's about building the castle and it's about maybe the workers, but maybe Mario has like always been the big hero. And for some reason, Luigi's just like better at building stuff. And it's sort of this a little bit of like he's being a little overshadowed by his brother, and he thinks he's okay with it, but he hasn't really had to deal with this before.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a little of that too, like a little bit of sibling rivalry, where Luigi's like finally very good at something.
Yeah. Hey, he's good at ghost hunting.
He is good at ghost hunting, and maybe that comes up again in like one of the ghost levels.
Yeah.
But I think that could be kind of fun. What do you think about bringing in their Wrecking Crew past into this?
I do like Wrecking Crew as a game.
Yeah, I feel like we don't need to like work it into the plot, but it might be kind of fun to recognize that it happened.
I feel like that's one of those episodes. Like, one of those fun episodes is going to be a Wrecking Crew episode.
That's true. There should be a Wrecking Crew episode. Maybe we mention it in the first episode. Maybe that's how they get the job. Where
do you have an experience in construction? Well,
yeah. All right. So maybe the first episode is that Mario and Luigi have just retired from plumbing because they did somewhat recently, maybe like 4 years ago. They retired from plumbing. I think
officially. They made that silly announcement.
And they need like new work, and so we used to do that Wrecking Crew thing back in the old days. And that's when like the whole castle collapses or whatever. Well, we'll get to that. We'll figure out why it did. And now they're the two who have to sort of rebuild everything, or at least aid in the rebuilding of everything. And Luigi has always kind of excelled at this a bit more. He's got like a knack for it. So I think for this show, we should probably try to hammer out the pilot pretty well. I think that should be the best, and maybe like the final episode, and maybe a little bit of the storyline along the way.
And then all the other episodes, of course, are vignettes handled by multiple directors and multiple styles,
multiple writers. Maybe like there's like a new wing on the castle that just got built or something. Like and maybe I don't know, I'm just like spitballing here, like, and they're supposed to go for like the grand opening or something, but during that like ribbon cutting ceremony, the Undo Dog does something like the whole Toad crew is there. They just finished up a hard job, and they're like, oh man, that Toadette really worked us, whatever, and something happens, like a jackhammer is left plugged in and it knocks it. I don't know. Something happens. Some sort of violation happens.
They don't have any union mandated break, so they're overworked.
Yeah.
They make mistakes.
Oh, that Sleepy Toad can be the guy.
Sleepy Toad.
The Sleepy Toad, he falls asleep while... Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like, he's falling asleep, not because he's lazy, but he's so overworked.
Yeah.
And he knocks over something, which knocks over something else, which knocks over something else, that like wakes up the Undo Dog, and then like not just the wing they just built, but the whole castle gets erased. And now Mario and Luigi, who were kind of on the fence about their career path, now sort of are thrust into it. And maybe Mario was the more reluctant one because Luigi was sort of better at that. And now the Toads are really, they're already overworked, and now they just can't. They don't know what they're gonna do, and those two step it up, and they decide they're gonna help rebuild everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, like, why are these levels being built, as opposed to why not just build the castle? Because that should be addressed.
So that's why I was thinking, instead of having them build levels, just like they're going out and going through levels.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there should be some making,
Yeah. I feel like the building could be the castle.
It's tough because, like, story mode is one thing, but the game is mostly about building. Maybe Bowser has seen that, now that the good guys are down and out, now's my time to build some new levels. He could do something like that. He could be the maker.
So I was going to have, for an episode that's focused on building, there's a job request from Bowser to make, like, a death trap for Mario, and Mario has to, like, wear a fake mustache on top of his mustache. They're like, are you the contractor? Oh, yes. I'm here to make your level. You remind me of someone.
Or maybe, like, Mario dresses up as Wario. So, yeah, I think some Bowser levels, because I feel like Bowser would be the one making the levels, because, he's building traps for Mario. We've got Mario and Luigi as the buildy people. We've got Toadette and her crew having their plot. We've got Bowser maybe doing his own thing on the side. And I don't know if we got to give Peach something. I feel like there's something there. Like, her castle just blew up.
Weirdly enough, she's like not present in the story.
It's weird, yeah. But I feel like it'd be good to include her into the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe Princess Peach has been on vacation this whole time. She doesn't even know this is happening.
Yeah.
So you could have some awkward, like, Peach is on the phone.
Yeah.
How's my castle coming along? Oh, it's great.
It's almost like it's got like a Weekend at Bernie's vibe. Not that anyone's dead or anything, but it's sort of like they're trying to, like, keep something a secret.
Yeah, just the general, like, this is their castle. We just blew it up, and, like, she's on the phone. Just you hear in the background, like, Jesus Christ, the West Wing's coming down. What was that? No, nothing.
Do they have phones in the Mushroom Kingdom?
I mean, in Mario Galaxy, he flies a ship into space. In Mario Odyssey, he has another type of fucking airship.
Like, if they don't have phones, maybe, like, Rosalina gives them alien technology.
They have tiny little Lumaphones.
Yeah, it's fine. They'll be fine. How does the story end? Like, I guess the castle gets built. That's probably near the end. I don't know if that's, like, the end.
So I imagine castle being built has to eventually happen.
I think castle being built is like the beginning of the end, but the real end is the story about the Toads getting fair pay.
Yeah, like Toadette realizing that unions are fine, and you need to treat your workers fairly. I know how I want Bowser's thing to end.
Oh yeah.
Because I know the sequel hook, which is Bowser's castle falls apart.
Yeah, that's good.
And Toadette has to be like, all right, I got a crew, they're fair paid, we're gonna work on the hours.
Yeah. I've got a weird idea, and I don't know where this is going.
All right.
But what if Bowser pays his workers very well?
That's why he actually has so many minions.
Yeah.
Bowser's actually a very fair.
Like, he is a bad guy, like, no question there, but he knows how to treat his workers right.
Yeah.
Like, that might be kind of a weird sort of almost like a Killmonger sort of thing.
A little bit.
Where he's the bad guy, but he's got some points.
Yeah, he's not wrong about everything.
Right, he's not wrong about unions. He's wrong about using unions to invade other kingdoms and
kidnap princesses.
Yeah, that part he's wrong about. He takes it too far. But it might be kind of a fun thing where, like, everyone learns from each other.
What's the point of being a monarch if people suffer under your rule? Like, Bowser, what? I thought this was all common sense. Are you telling me Princess Peach is a despot? I've been trying to marry some cruel, unrelenting monster?
Who's the real monster here?
I ask you. All I do is make giant pits of lava to torment my enemies, but I pay my workers.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we gotta do? We gotta conclude Mario and Luigi's story. I feel like Mario's gotta accept his brother's better at him than something. And,
like,
I think that's an easy one. Like, at the end, like, they need some sort of building, He's like, no, bro, this time it's for you.
Yeah, someone like exclusively is like, Mario, I need you to do blank. It's like, no, you need a Luigi.
Like, well, I can't do that, but I might know someone who can.
That just sounds really hard. Take my brother. No, seriously, take him. Hey,
big bro. Looks like you're having some trouble. Yeah.
Do you want me to make it easier for you?
So this is about Mario accepting Luigi as better at building than he is, or better at whatever. Yeah, he's got one up on him here.
Luigi is just a natural creator. Mario, of course, is a force for destruction.
Here's a fun, I think, just to sort of make this a little more interesting, is that Luigi is better at Mario at building, but he doesn't realize that. He really looks up to Mario, and he assumes Mario is better at him at everything.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it becomes clear to Mario that Luigi is better than him at this, but it's still not clear to Luigi. And so Mario has a little bit of resentment, and Luigi's not sure where it's coming from. And then at the end, it's sort of like resolved, and Mario's like, no, this is your thing. I think that's a good storyline for them.
Yeah.
Like, Luigi's always kind of like, he's not confident. That's sort of one of his things. But in this game, he's always so, like, chiming, like, hey, you need some help? Like, he's willing to help. He thinks, like oh, everyone makes mistakes. I can help you out. But it turns out he's actually just better than Mario at this. And, they both need to realize that. And that's how they win at the end, is when they both realize the talents, you recognize who's got, the abilities.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good. Is there some sort of fun part where he's talking to Bowser and, he's trying to, like, confront Bowser, and Mario is like, you're always destroying it, but we're creating. It's like, really, Mario? I'm building these levels, and you keep destroying them. Who's really the one who destroys?
I'm building jobs.
Yeah. I'm a job creator. What are you?
Do you know how many homes you've destroyed, Mario?
Yeah, and that should be like the lowest point. Like, that's like if there are 10 episodes, like, that's episode 8. Like, that's when Mario has this sort of like oh no, what am I? He has a like crisis of self.
Mario, there's someone I want you to meet. This is Coupette. You killed her husband. She's part of a support group. Widows of Mario. I make jobs, you destroy lives, Mario. You're not a maker. You're an unmaker.
Then I think Toad and Peach should have their own little, like, D plot, which is really nothing. It's just like we cut back to them.
Like, they're on vacation, and Toad's job is to make sure she doesn't come back to find out the castle fell apart.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, because then that can resolve the phone situation. Maybe like a flying something, like a Koopa or whatever. Like, I don't know, like a bird. I don't know what.
A freelance Kamek.
A freelance Kamek.
Oh, it could be a Lakitu.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah. And they come in and tell, like, hey, keep her out of town. There's a situation.
Castle fell apart.
Yeah.
What? Oh, no.
And I don't know what Peach is doing. Like, I feel like she should be doing some, like, princessy stuff, like meeting with a foreign kingdom, or I don't know.
Either meeting with a foreign kingdom or just, like, on vacation. Like, I kind of like the idea of using her as a way to getting a few more Easter eggs in there, because she could be on vacation at, like, the beach from Mario Sunshine. Yeah. So, like, she could be hanging out in Delfino Plaza.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
No, thank you.
I want to say, what if it's a working vacation? The only reason why I want to bring work back into it is that there's more room for story if she's got a purpose there. Yeah. Like, there could be a lot of episodes where she's just hanging out whenever we need, but, like, there's something going on in the background. There's something.
How about the Toads put together, like, their whole thing is like, a way to make money is we'll be a construction company. Like, we're really good at this. We'll show you. We'll build a whole new castle for you, and you can invite delegates, and, like, we can then go out and build their castles.
Okay. And
that it raises the stakes for the trip. Like,
she's
wining and dining delegates. And, like, Toad knows, like, the castle is in shambles. It fell apart.
And you know what else we could do is, because this game, and we haven't even touched on this. This is interesting. This game is, Mario 1, Mario 3, Mario World, and the other new Super Mario Brothers. All that stuff is in there.
Yeah.
So all these other kingdoms in Mario 3, there were other kingdoms. There were other kings.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys can be in this. Like we've got 4 storylines now, and every episode could be just one of them, or it can incorporate elements of all 4, depending on what the director or writer want to do. So
exactly,
that's good. I like that. A lot of options here. And really, the only true plot episodes are going to be the first one and the last one. I feel like everything else is sort of like, hey, whatever you want to do, it's up to you, director, writer.
You're making your vignettes, and you also could use some. You could build some scaffolding for the story.
All right. So first episode, Mario and Luigi quitting plumbing, retiring, whatever. They want something new, maybe some flashback of their youth. Luigi's always been good at building. Mario's always been good at jumping on things and stuff. Luigi's always lived in his shadow, but he's never minded. We've got Peach and her new construction company, and they're just added a new wing to the castle. She's out trying to pitch this, I guess, to other kingdoms. We've got Toadette, and she's been put in charge of the workers. They've been overworked. The sleepy guy breaks the castle. The undo dog does something, and everything explodes, and it's bad. They lose the castle, and now Mario and Luigi have to help rebuild the castle. Toadette has to kind of learn to treat her workers better. Toad has to make sure that Peach doesn't find out about this. We've got Bowser, who is maybe not invited to the ceremony, and sort of has his own story where he's oh, now that all their minions are occupied, I'm going to start building better levels, or whatever we're calling them, better.
How about so Princess Peach is shopping out to other kings and kingdoms about her construction company to quickly make new things. Bowser's not invited, but he hears it from another villainous king. Maybe King Wart was invited.
Okay, yeah.
And Bowser's just well, I'll make my own things. And he's out there making the levels that we'll see.
Yeah. I like that. That's good. We'll give him that his own thing. And so,
and he's way faster.
Oh yeah.
Because he pays his workers.
Yeah. He's way faster. He pays his workers, and his levels are more ridiculous than they'd ever been.
Yes.
Because now he's pumping these out. He's pumping out these new levels, and so. While Mario and Luigi are going out to collect more bricks, to collect more coins, these new levels, maybe he's maybe he's delegating his work. Maybe he's giving a Koopa, all right, you've been on my team for a while, you're promoted. Why don't you make some levels now? And they're making wacky levels. Like now the minions have more control than they ever did.
Yeah.
And the levels are more creative. They're not necessarily better. They're just more. They're new and different.
Yeah.
And Mario and Luigi have to use weird logic puzzles where they're Mario's so used to jumping around, and he's not used to these logic puzzles or the guess where the brick is puzzles. or these ridiculous jump on the shell and do these twisty jumps on the spikes.
What's a Kaiser?
Yeah, right. Maybe you want to use that word. I don't know how much we want to break the fourth wall here, but I think that's kind of fun. I think that's a lot more of the spirit of the game, where we have he's delegating his work to the minions, and they're the ones making it, and they're so wacky, and Mario doesn't know maybe that's more like it, where it isn't about Luigi being a better builder. He's just more creative. He's not good at jumping, or actually he is good at jumping.
He's fine at jumping.
But he's not a hero or adventurer type. But he is
we know he's a coward.
Yeah. He's a coward, so he doesn't maybe the levels with all the explosions happening around him, but when it comes to these puzzly ones, or these ones where you have to think outside the box, he's got it. He's coming up with it. Where Mario's trying to solve all his problems by jumping, Luigi's thinking outside the box because he's had to his whole life.
No, bro, you just take the power block, and when you throw it over here, it's going to make this door appear. What the fuck are you talking about, Luigi?
Yeah, I think that's fun. They're completely stumped, and Luigi's oh, it's very easy, and he goes to this very long explanation. And then you cut back to Mario, and his mouth is agape. And he's okay, whatever.
What the fuck did you just say?
Like, and then it works immediately, and it's just like Luigi tosses a shell and go bing bong, 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 and then it's
He's doing calculations on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
By my calculations, brother, we just throw the turtle shell over here.
And we gotta do like a music episode.
Oh, you gotta have like an auto level.
An auto level. Oh, that would be. What you do for the auto level. I feel like the auto level is when like Peach has the A plot, and you keep cutting back to Mario and Luigi on this platform board. Where like they're just getting tossed around, and maybe like Luigi's like, what's going on? And like all these like bullets are whizzing over their heads, and Mario's just like laying there, like, is this a level?
Mario's trying to do things, and Luigi's like, no!
You're like, Mario, don't move!
You have to do one thing! Don't move!
Like there's a big sign before the level.
Yeah. Press forward and hold B and A. What?
It's like you just run! Just run!
Don't look back!
So, yeah, all right. No, I mean, like, I feel like we just opened up a can of worms I kind of want to explore here. There are different types of levels, and that each one of those can be their own episode.
Yeah.
Like, the don't leave the ground could be, like, there's the puzzle levels, there's, like, the theme levels, there's,
you gotta have a certain number of coins.
Of course, you got all the different stages, but, you've got the music levels. I feel like that could be very fun.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be that thing where like Peach is on her way back and they're scrambling to fix this castle to put like the final bricks in, and maybe the Toads go on strike or something.
Ooh,
I think that's got to happen. I think the Toads have to go on strike.
Like that's the lowest point for Toadette. She's pushed them so hard.
She pushed them so far, like and they can't do it anymore. They're really giving it their all, but like they cannot do this.
She learns her lesson when she goes to Bowser's castle to try and hire scabs.
Yeah.
And Bowser's the one that gives the talk.
Yeah.
Like we don't supply scabs here.
or she like hires like outside, like she like contracts, like subcontracts or something. But I think we all learned a valuable lesson about paying your workers a fair amount, not giving them the right amount of hours.
She subcontracts out, and that's how we get the Shy Guys in there, because they're kind of like they're bad guys, but they're not traditional like Bowser hires. They're always in like the weird sub area games.
Yeah.
So like they could be doing like just the worst job.
Yeah.
And that could tie into I want Bowser's castle to fall apart, but like I don't know how it's going to fall apart.
I mean, the Undo Dog can do something.
It could either be Undo Dog, or it could be like, where were your Shy Guys even getting the materials? Like Bowser has no support in his castle anymore.
Yeah. Peach comes back, and I don't know, what's a good satisfying ending for her? Did she know this was all going on, but like knew that they'd handle it, or like I don't know, like I don't know what's like a fun, like I feel like I feel like her just like not finding out is just sort of like the expected ending. If there's like a fun little like punchline to it, I don't know.
We can go in a couple different directions. She could arrive and just be like, but the castle's supposed to be over there.
Yeah.
It's just like, we built it in the wrong spot. She could put her luggage down on the undo button, and the castle is undone again.
Or she's like, why is this castle still here? I thought I destroyed it.
Yeah, I scheduled this demolition.
Yeah, Bowser's building me a new one next week.
Yeah.
I feel like the most writing is going to come in with Toadette's story, because I feel like we want to really nail that properly.
Yeah.
I feel like we've just done very broad strokes.
It's just like, there's an important progressive storyline here with Toadette.
And I feel like it can't be too like obvious or ham-fisted. It has to feel organic, and it has to feel like not too preachy. It has to be a good story first and foremost, but I feel like there's definitely a lesson there. And Nintendo put it in. We're just running with it. Like
we're not making this up. It was in the game.
Yeah, it was in the game. I feel like that's already a plot, and you have to use it. Like I feel like if any hint of a plot is in this, you have to use it, and that's a hint of a plot. Thanks for watching Screen to Screen. If you've got any other ideas for Mario Maker Show, well, you put your episode ideas in the comments, and we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, and if you want us to play your Mario Maker levels that you made, that you think make a good episode for this, put those codes in there, too.
Yes, we want your codes. Also, if you've got any other ideas for any adaptations or just some fun ideas you want to see on Screen to Screen, yeah, let us know, and we'll check it out.
Yeah.